Alright folks, what we're doing here is some BR coils, racing coils on an SRT Neon 2005. Alright, I'm going to show you what the difference is and what we're going to do here. Alright, in order to take this coil out, you have to remove the caliper. Alright, two 10 millimeters, put the caliper off to the side. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to show you the other side. Right here. Alright, 10 millimeter, takes the caliper, take the whole assembly out, hang it off to the side. There's a 10 millimeter in the back for the ABS wire. Okay, sway bar, there's a sway bar link. Comes over here, we took the sway bar off because we're going to put a Hotchkiss one in. So take the sway bar off. Then down over here, you got two strut bolts. One's a 15 and one's an 18, okay? The 15 is splined, so you can't spin it. You're gonna have to put the wrench on that side, spin it off, then knock this out with a punch, comes right out. Now on the top here, there's 3 bolts through the trunk. All right, 13 millimeters, take that out, and then the strut comes out. Now I'm gonna show you the difference between the factory strut and a BR racing one. The little modification over here, which is not bad, but it's gonna be a little bit of a hustle. All right, I'm gonna show you right here. Here it is. This is the factory one. Well, it's not a factory one because we changed these once before. But look at the mount and look at the angle of the mount. See it? You would think that it's not going to fit, but it actually will. What you have to do is you have to mount the 3 bolts on top first through the trunk, put the bolts on, then you're able to turn that. That will tilt. It won't tilt as much as this, but it'll tilt just enough so you can get the 2 bolts over here for the strut to the knuckle. Alright, so that's what it is. You got to put those in first, up on top. Tighten up those 3 nuts nice and snug. And then that's going to turn like a little, that looks like a little ball joint, like a little tie rod. That's going to turn. It's going to make almost the same angle. It's not going to make it exactly, but you're going to be close. Alright, and then we're going to put the bolts in over here. Alright, so we're going to mount that up first. Now I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so like I said, the first thing you have to do is, got to get the 3 bolts in there first. When you put the 3 bolts in there with that flat plate, look at this angle that's in there. See it? So you got to pull this knuckle down as far as you can. Once you secure those 3 bolts up there, we're going to swing this strut all the way in and bring this knuckle up to line up those 2 bolts. Alright? This can go all the way down. Just got to really lean on it. And you'll get it up there. Alright? Those 3 bolts up there are nice and snug. Now we're going to push this strut in to push that up. You might need a jack. That's what we did before. Got a jack up here to raise this up to line up these bolts over here. Okay, these bolts are going to be a little pain in the butt to line up, but you get to it. Alright. Alright, so what we got here is, we got the jack with a block of wood underneath the knuckle there. And we're going to guide it up to line up that hole over there. Got my little trusty little punch. We're going to line it up. Come on, Steve. Let's jack it up a little bit. I'll let you know when we're coming up to that hole there. Hold it. Just gonna move this a little bit. Go ahead. Coming up. There you go. Oh, too much. Hang on. Alright, release yours a little bit, Steve. That's it. Hold it right there. Just gonna line this up in here. Now come down more, Steve. That's it. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to line it up, play with it. I'm going to put the 2 bolts in there. Alright, hold on. Go. Alright, here we go. I'm going to punch that bottom bolt through there. There you go. Alright, so we're going to put the little 2 nuts there. And for now, until we get a wheel alignment, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little level around it. Alright, I'm going to check it. So this is the part number. Alright, SRT4 03-05s. BR Racing. BC Racing. The model, the part number there, what does that say? G03. Alright, like I said, the hardest thing is that little angle up there that we worried about, but it actually pivots a little bit. Alright, here it is with the bolts. We're going to line it up. what we do now here, since we have to get a 4-wheel wheel alignment anyway, what I like to do is I put a leveler in here and I try to get that ball exactly in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out a little bit and then lock up those 2 bolts in there with the spline. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull on this a little bit, and once we line up that bubble, we're going to zap the 2 bolts in there and then go and finalize the top. All right, so there you go. All right, we zapped the 2 bolts in there. We're just going to tighten it up, and the bubble is as close to center as possible. Right, once you get the wheel alignment, they'll just adjust it with the camber up on top, or as level as much as possible. All right, we're going to zap it and tighten it up. All right, so they're nice and tight. What we're up to now is we're going to put the caliper back on, 2 bolts, put the 10mm that holds the ABS wire, and then we are set. All right, we're going to lower it down, and then we're going to see what height we are. And of course, if you read the instructions, basically there's a special wrench to lower and tighten it. Lower it and raise it, and you're going to do that. All right, that's it. And we'll throw the sway bar on later. But that's it. That's how you do it. All right, so basically we were just talking about that big mount up there that goes on an angle. That was our original problem. Just by looking at it, it just didn't look right. Okay, there you go. Ciao.